Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. We're doing our holiday guide, and we got one for the Walking Dead fans. So, Eaglemoss Collections has a whole bunch of figurines, and they've hooked us up with 3 of them: Negan, Rick Grimes, and Carl, aka Coral. If you're a Walking Dead fan, this is one you're probably going to check out. I actually think these are kind of a cool stocking stuffer. I think they retail for about 15 bucks or somewhere around there. So we're going to open up each box and show off the figures in there, starting with the man with the bat, man with the plan, Negan, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. You can check out the box here. You can see they've got a whole bunch of other figures out there. Rick Grimes, of course, that we have here, at least one version of Rick. Got Daryl Dixon, Water, Walker, and Michonne. And yeah, so every figure is shown in classic pose. It's cast in specially formulated metallic resin and painted by hand. And you can find more at eaglemoss.com/thewalkingdead. So let's open up and show off Negan and see what we think of this figure. There's a little book in here. It's gone flying past. Got a nice little poster in there about the pose. Inspired by his appearance in The Last Day on Earth, the final episode of Season 6, he brandishes the baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire that he lovingly refers to as Lucille as he prepares to punish Rick's group for killing one of his followers. You can see other items in there. It's actually pretty cool. We get a little bit of behind the scenes of how they designed the figures, the creative process. And I always think that's pretty neat, seeing all the other figures in the collection. Adds a whole lot. So I think this is pretty cool for Walking Dead fans. Obviously the season's going on. And the question is, what will happen to Rick and all of his friends? So let's look at the figure itself. Decent design. This actually absolutely catches the pose. This is an iconic Negan pose. The painting itself, it kind of looks like Jeffrey D. Morgan. The face is a little bit off, but the body is pretty solid. Lucille is as Lucille-ish as you can expect. Of course, we got the leather jacket, the leather gloves, the boots, and the pants, and then we get this nice little base that says The Walking Dead. Nice, cute, interesting. The detail is pretty decent on it, and you can just see things like zippers are open and all that. Nice small details that I think are always nice to check out with figures and see them added. Alright, we're going to do Carl next. We got the Karla Booklet. Alright, so after being shot and losing an eye in the middle of Season 6, it wasn't clear whether Carl would live or die. This figure shows him fully recovered and returned to action with his wounded bandage, wearing his father's sheriff hat. We wouldn't have it any other way. Carl has to have his sheriff hat. And let's look at this. Carl's looking pretty solid, if you ask me. Alright, well that focuses. Alright, looking at him and the figure. Of course, he's got his cowboy hat, or his father's hat, wearing it nicely. The patch looks pretty good. Again, the face is decent. It doesn't quite jump out at me, and these aren't supposed to be like $50, $60, $100 figures. These are, $15 fan things that you throw up on your shelf. The body itself is solid. We don't see lines here. Its coloring's really good. I think the shirt's got some nice detail on it with the plaid design. He's got the gun holster on his leg and the knife being held by his hip, which is really good. And he's got the eye patch there with his hair slightly throwing over that. Painting is decent. There's a little bit of splotches here and there, but overall pretty good. This is one that you'd have for your collection. You'd throw it up on the shelf with a whole bunch of other figurines. Again, if you want real high detail, crazy statues, those are out there. That's not what these are or meant to be. And finally, got Rick. It's Rick Grimes, pose. This is Season 5. Rick has grown a beard and abandoned his sheriff's deputy clothing. Your figurine shows him as he escapes from Terminus wearing the shearling-lined jacket that he adopts on the road to Alexandria and carrying an assault rifle that he has picked up in Terminus. And let's see how Rick looks. Alright. Showing a little bit of kind of gray on the temples. I don't quite remember him having that much gray in the season. Again, kind of iconic pose. The design's pretty good. The rifle looks like it droops a little bit at the end, but not too bad. Face, again, like the other ones are, you know, you can tell it's Rick, but we're not talking like perfect likeness there. There's a little bit more detail on the base than the other ones, which I think is interesting. As far as the design, we kind of got the gun holster on the hip. Nice belt there, which, you know, I kind of associate with them. The boots and the little bit of dirt on the pants, which I think is noticeable, and it's a detail that I think is nice as well. And the jacket, you know, looks like the jacket he's wearing. The painting's actually pretty decent. So overall, like, these aren't bad. You know, there's definitely better figures out there if you want to spend the money. But again, we're talking $15 figures that are meant for, you know, quick display. These aren't, you know, big giant statues that you're going to make it as a centerpiece of your collection. Basically, if you are a fan of Walking Dead, this is not a bad thing to add to your collection overall. Lots of figures out there. You can actually show your fandom with them. And, yeah, so as I said, $15. Eaglemoss has hooked us up with the 3 of them. Neat option for Walking Dead fans. You know, a cheap thing that you could do for a stocking stuffer or something of that nature. A gift for that fan in your life, or maybe like a work gift exchange. As always, I want to thank Eaglemoss for hooking us up with these. It's great to be supported by them. And thank you for watching. Now, of course, if you are into these, we got links beneath this video where you can purchase them yourselves. If you are into The Walking Dead, if you're into Eaglemoss collections, you can always check us out at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, it's Rick Grimes' world. We're just living in it, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.